Hello everybody, welcome to the recap of the 4th Dutch Pauper League that took place last weekend. We had a staggering 43 participants this time in the tournament, making it yet again, just like the last time, the biggest Pauper tournament to be held in the Netherlands to date. And I'm talking about one that's organized by people living in the Netherlands, so we're excluding Magicons here, for example. Before I start, I want to thank Lucas for providing me with these beautiful promotional material from the DPL. So like logos, I can put these in the videos to give the DPL the promotion that it deserves at this point. That being said, there will be another iteration of the Dutch Pauper League. It will be on the 6th of July, upcoming weekend, the first Saturday next month. We hope to hit 50 attending players. That would be a really big milestone for us to get, and hopefully you'll be part of that as well. So if you've been considering or you found the tournament through this video, please come join us the 6th of July and let's make it another record-breaking tournament. Alright, let's go dive into the video. Thank you for your support and I hope you enjoy it. See ya! So, for the first round, I was against someone who I've grown more fond of as time has passed. It's our one and only Judge Casper. Against Casper, he was playing mono red cold Dota, and unfortunately for Casper, he found out how good Brine Barrel Intruder is in this matchup. I also brought 5 blue Elemental Blast kind of ish cards, so like 1 Hydro Blast, 4 Blue Blast. This proved to be really good against the mono red cold Dota matchup because I did expect to fight some on this day, and it paid off for me because we won the match 2-0. My second round was against Dylan. Dylan is one of the players in Tilburg I hadn't played against yet. During our first match, I tried to snap on fairy spells to the sprite, spells to the sprite that was still on the stack. We had a quick laugh about it and I made it unnecessarily hard for me to try and close out the game. Fortunately for me, I could snap one of my fairies here and then scry 2, and that allowed me to draw into some ninjas to close out the game. So that was 1-0, and then on the second game, I had enough counter spells to stop him from playing his discard spells, and the game was over pretty quickly. On to round 3. Round 3 was against Robert. Robert, we actually like Robert. Robert was playing card gates though. Please don't anymore. You're a lovely guy. If you play card gates, you're doing yourself short. Anyways, it was a lot of fun playing against him because I was playing my one-off Curse of Chains in the sideboard for this matchup. At one point, the Judge's Familiar won me the game because he had a Prismatic Strands with 3 mana left open, and I could sacrifice my Familiar to counter the first Prismatic Strands, and then on my upkeep I could counter the second to swing for lethal. We had 2 very close matches. Game 1, if he had one more turn, he probably would have won because he had 2 Sacred Cats. And then, and then game 2 was also pretty close because I Curse of Chains his only Sacred Cat, but he top decked one, which made it so that the game took a bit longer. Anyways, we closed the game out 2-0 and we moved on. Then round 4 versus Tom. Versus Tom, I didn't really play well. Game 1, he baited out a lot of my counter spells and then was able to resolve a makeshift munitions. This is backbreaking for a mono blue fairies player to face against because he's just gonna ping down all your creatures as soon as they threaten to damage. And then game 2, I had a decent opener. He was stuck on 1 land, but I wasn't able to convert it into a win because I was making poor decisions like not using mutagenic growth in order to trade out minions, but instead using counter spells to counter his threats that I could have also dealt with just the mutagenic growth. So he played this really well because he did play it to his outs. So props to you, 2-0 for Tom against me. So now we were 3-1. Round 5 versus Mark. He was playing Ponza. Game 1 he had a very convincing start because he played around my Force Spike with 4 mana open. He thermocasted one of my lands and I was stuck with a Force Spike. So fortunately for me though, I did have a Fairy Seer in hand and another land, so I cried into some other lands, and then at a certain point Mark was running out of gas. As soon as he ran out of gas, he played an Avenging Hunter, and I was able to snap an Avenging Hunter to his hand, back counterspell it, and keep the initiative for myself. This way I was able to close out the game making use of his initiative creatures. That was 1-1, and then game 2. Oh wait, that was game 2, I'm sorry. I won both of those. Round 1 was a bit unfortunate, and round 2 was Oh yeah, right. I remember. Round two, he had a one lander, and then I countered everything in the early game, and I was able to set up quite well with my ninjas. And then at one point, he drew like three wild growth and two Utopia sprawl, and then he finally drew like a threat, and I had a counter spell ready for it already. So then it was two over us, and we're 4-1 going into the last round. The last round is somebody I face quite often nowadays. It's Ave. Ave and I we had to talk to each other before the round, and we both knew what we were playing. Unfortunately for Ave though, he got the worst part of it because Mono Blue Fairies does play really well into Kodota, just like against Casper because of Brine Barrel Intruder and my 5 blue Elemental Blast choices. Game one, he opens with I'm on the play, excuse me. I play an island, I have Force Spike up, I pass the turn to him. He opens up with a mountain. He says, oh no, sorry, I'm not gonna do that. He's gonna play a Great Furnace, and then he went Goblin Tomb Raider. I, of course, said, yeah, thank you. Force Spike is Tomb Raider, and from that point on, I just escalated because that tempo gain is huge. Game two, I drew 4 out of 5 blue elemental blast, so I was pretty good at keeping him in check. But he did make some mistakes in prioritizing either me or my minions with burn spells, and that did cost him the game because I ended on 2 life. And I think if he'd rather pointed some burn spells towards me rather than my creatures, he probably would have gotten away with it a bit more and could have closed out a game two for a game three. Anyways, that was the 2-0, so now we're 5-1 with Mono Blue Fairies, and I was very happy with this result, of course. Alright, enough about me. Who was the winner of the event? The winner of the event was Nicholas. Nicholas played Jeskai Ephemerate. Congratulations on your win, Nicholas. I hope we get to see you put on more good results to make the fight for the top 8 this year even more fierce, because I noticed you've only joined us now for leg 3 and leg 4 in this year. But in both legs you have been able to gather 15 points each, and I saw you are closing in on our top 8 in a fast manner. I would like to see you play more, see where you go in the future, and then hopefully, yeah, like I said, make the top 8 fight even more fierce with like, putting in more good results like that. It's always good to have more players at the top tables that are, well, least to say, passionate about the game. And then an honorable mention, the deck of the tournament. Max, I know I sat beside you one time, trash talking your deck, but to be quite fair, I actually kind of like it. I think it's really spicy. It's just that Mono Blue Fairies wrecked the shit out of this, and I don't really think, I don't really think you wanted to play against me. That besides that though, it was funny seeing you 3-0 at one point besides me in the upper tables, but unfortunately, I did see you ended up going 3-3. Still, much respect to bringing such a cool deck to a competitive event and putting up some results with it. Alright, then moving forward, with Modern Horizons 3 around the corner, the meta will probably be shaken up once again. Before the Dutch players get to play some Pauper and Magicon Amsterdam, we will have to remain patient to see on whether or not Cranial Ram and Refurbished Familiar will have too much impact on the meta or not. Spoiler alert, before I actually made this and wrote out the script to read on to you guys, Cranial Ram actually got banned in the meantime. So this little guy on the left side on your screen, that little Cranial Ram, we're not gonna see it. We don't have to see it, we don't have to play against it. The little zombie rat on the upper right of your screen though, however, is gonna be able to see play. And to be fair, I think Refurbished Familiar will probably have some impact on the meta. That being said though, I will be attending MagicCon myself on both the Friday and the Sunday to grind the on-demand side events for Pauper and to get some Pauper staples signed, of course. And after the week of MagicCon, the 5th leg of the DPL takes place, so be sure to keep an eye out on how the meta shifts adjusting to Modern Horizons 3, because I also know Paupergeddon is gonna take place before MagicCon, then we have the MagicCon Saturday Pauper Cup, and then we have the DPL, so there's gonna be a lot of possibilities there for the meta to shift and for being able to react to the meta properly. Hopefully, if you are going to MagicCon, I also see you there. You know what I'm gonna do. I'll be signing Pauper staples and I will be playing side events for Pauper on both the Friday and the Sunday. If you see me, please come by, say hi, and I obviously want to talk to you about your expectations for the meta. All right, and then for the outro, I would like to thank the organization of the Dutch Pauper League for continuing this beautiful effort of the tournament. I want to say thank you for Casper for judging the event, and once again thank you Lucas for providing me for the promotional material for the Dutch Pauper League. If you haven't subscribed yet, but you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it a lot if you could show your support by liking and subscribing. This motivates me a lot to keep making more videos such as these in the future. I would like to thank you for watching and hopefully see you in the next time. Thank you.